Alright, so set her up back. Or not back. There's only one set of tees. Pin set 4, north, very firm, and very fast. Alright, 4 over is the score to beat. Obviously, goal of the challenge. Even par or better. We gotta make some putts. I think that's probably the biggest thing that's killing us right now. Is the lack of putts made. But that's like just my golf game in general. Yeah, we've had some better successes with that in recent times. Little bit fast. So we're going to be out to that left side again. Oh, we're going to be off the green on this one. Alright, so not really a great chance at birdie this go around. With something like this, we're going to have to play it short. Play it out here so they can run, get high, and then dive down to the hole. Well, that was kind of the right idea. It just ran out of steam. It dove down at the hole, but it was uphill at the last little bit. And now all of a sudden... Now all of a sudden you got quite a bit... There's a putt. Okay. Let's do that on all of the holes. Not the approach shot that got us into that mess. But let's do the whole making putts thing. Okay, I slowed it, so this is also not going to be good. Concept here was to go out to the left to have a shot up. As we can see, that didn't work. I think I just have to lay... I think I have to just lay back with the 3-wood. This at least opens up a small window for us to go up and down. But I think that that is, generally speaking, going to be our play. Alright, we be going at this thing with some spin. Try and go just... Oh, no. Wind caught that a lot more. I say goal was to go like a little bit beyond the hole and spin it back. Now we're going to be pin high with a fun... Well, actually... Still not great, but it's definitely not as bad a break as I was expecting. No! You gotta go in the hole ball. This was supposed to be like the first hole where you proceed right into the bottom of the cup. Alright, 1 over. Take the D-loft on this. I'm trying to get it to a point where we have maybe a little bit more of a script for certain holes. At least for like tee shots and stuff. Know where we need to send it. You know, we're definitely learning on some of the holes certain things that we can or cannot get away with. Good strike. Okay, so the last time I was too far to the right, and I think potentially short. This time we're a little bit left. Maybe a blessing that we're not putting it, but then again, we're chipping downhill, so probably not a blessing at all. Oh, that snaps so hard to the left. And there it goes. Okay. Taking parts, obviously would like to find some birds. I'm trying to think with that one, like, we knew it would roll with the chip, like I did verbalize that, so maybe there a putt is best. Oh, a little slow. That might hurt. Get left, because if it gets left, I think it does kick left, but that's looking bunker bound. Okay. I have not had this yet. I think up until this point, we have found fairway potentially every single time. I know that potentially is a stretch, but I don't think it is. I think we've been pretty fortunate here. So if we get low rolled, we're dead. So that's a fun little thing for us. Now, if this is like low 80%, that means this shot's in the 90s into the 80s. I think you can play this lob wedge like fully shaped, more than likely get it long, and then spinner. Maybe don't hit it so slow, but that's a good landing spot. Except for the part where you aren't able to get any action on it because slopes. Okay, at least this is a longer chip shot, so we should be able to get something going. But that said, it is gonna want to dive pretty hard to the right. Like that. And if you're gonna get an impossible challenge done, you're probably gonna need some little miracles such as this. Okay, now wind is honestly in a more favorable position here. I think you hit stock 6. Downhill, probably need to play this out a little bit. Oh, baby slowed it. I can't tell with camera. Okay. Okay, we're good. We're good, we're good, we're good. We'll have an uphiller. This is where you need to be. Somewhere over on this right half of the green, just with a putt at it. Something for like, yeah, what you would potentially call a reasonable birdie chance. Does it? He converts. He sees the putt line. We go back-to-back birdies, and by some miracle, we're under par at Dead Arrow Valley. All right, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. We got a lot of work. We're only on hole 6, but it's a good sign. It is a very good sign. Okay, wind tailing a little bit. Gotta make sure that we're playing this thing out a bit more to the right than I think. Mostly because of, or the left, mostly because of that rock. So uphill and with wind at the tail, I could see us landing back in here. I don't want to actually play too much of that, because if I play too much on the left to right, we're gonna run into a tree. Okay. The wind really got killed by the elevation change, and then I made an adjustment, and this is about as bad as it could have turned from what was a good place to be. All right, well, let's see how this flop goes. Oh, I'd say that that flop goes pretty dang well. A little 3-pack? Suddenly we've got 3 birdies in a row. And that is a thing of beauty. Alright, maybe an aggressive play? Go 3-wood here, but it's a headwind. It's drifting to the left maybe a bit more than I'd like. Yeah, hybrid was the play. Alright, note taken. Note taken. We will hybrid it up. Oh, it's downhill, but it's got a lot of wind, so that's gonna be the big factor here. Because you're in the 180s, but then you're... if you take the hybrid, even out of the rough, let's call it the, like, 50-something yard loss, 190. Because, like, this could cut and then go. Honestly, we're going to take hybrid. The wind's turning, too. Which, okay. I slowed it. That doesn't help anybody. 98% slow. So you're telling me we could have landed it on the green. Yeah, that would have been nice. Just to see what would happen. Just to see what would happen. No, I didn't love the way that felt. But the tempo turns out a lot better. And we're up and down for a par. Okay, so last time we had like a completely different wind. We may be able to go... Do I have to play some sort of shaped hybrid? Because if I play this, I'm short. If I play this, I'm most certainly getting to a point of too long. Especially with the wind kind of turning as such. No, there's no way... Am I really about to take a 4-iron here? I mean, I guess I can give it some backspin. Yeah, because see, when that wind changes, like, that's everything. That's everything. All of a sudden, this is a hybrid now. I hit that a little bit fast, but into that wind, I'm okay with it. 102, probably a bit long. This is gonna carry us all the way down to the bunker, isn't it? Yeah, it's just, you can't... I could maybe play some loft on it or something. I guess that's kind of the thing. Honestly, two really good splashes in terms of, like, just distance control. A little bit on the fast side for both of them, but there are worse things in life. If this holds, this is probably the best position. Wow. Well, alrighty then. I mean, I don't know if we're going to be able to convert anything with it just because it's such a difficult place to go from. Like full backspin 9 and then some shape, and even here, like the tree. I don't know. Like, is it now overshaped to the point where we're gonna just be well short of it? it seems to be the case. I don't know. This is one of the toughest pins in the entirety of this challenge, I feel like. All right, a little bit further is okay. Gonna come out fairly straight. I've done this with this hole a few times. It just rolls out so much more than I think it's going to. Like, it's incredible. So we're gonna take a bogey here, unfortunately. That's just so much more. Crazy. Crazy. Okay, so we have to... That spot in particular, we're just gonna play like a really short chip. Uh-oh. I've just soiled the run. I've just soiled the run. Maybe. It is a par 5. Now, my brain doing the complete opposite there, so... I think because we had to re-tee that we just straight up don't have a chance, and I don't think I'm going to be able to replicate what we did last time. I'm going to try, though. If we can somehow hit this off the top again and have it bounce up onto the green... Oh, there's no way. No, it hit too high up. It hit way too high up. I can't believe we've... Can't believe we've done it. Really almost. We're trying so hard to save him. We're trying so hard to save him. Okay, back even. We're not out of the challenge, but our cushion is gonzo. Absolutely gone. Alright, we're just gonna play this like a little bit of backspin, but pretty well stock. That's on the fast side, which should help. I feel like that's killing the distance more than I'm counting. I'm subtracting 27 yards from that. And we are like hitting the front edge every time, it feels like. That snaps so hard early. Unreal. Unreal. Snaps so hard early that it's just so downhill behind. Oh, man. That's killer. That's killer, because you try and play it, like, kind of protective so that that doesn't happen, and it happens anyway. Where are these drives coming from? All of a sudden, we're getting some of these big fasts. Not certain, but we're in the fairway. We gotta settle the brain in a little bit, it feels like. Okay. More than likely, we're gonna end up back here again. That just seems to be the nature of these things. I did give this one a little bit of D-loft. We're going to be back here anyway, so I don't think it matters. Gave it a little bit of D-loft, though, just because I was concerned. Okay, but we have a good idea about how this putt should go. And we're giving it a little bit more pace because that seems to be helpful. All right, that's huge. That is absolutely huge because this hole in particular can be one that really starts to hurt us. Okay, so wind is kind of helping, which means we really need to play the draw here. Okay, we're gonna be around the green. We're gonna be around the green, and that's a good thing. Play a hacker in rank. Your 740 souls is 2200. Oh yeah, R2D2 Abyss mode. Yeah, he's been playing in the TGC societies on PlayStation. I guess he's playing ranked and stuff as well. Yeah, 110% drives, chips on the green for everything that's outside of like 5-6 feet. Yeah, Chitty. Sucks with ranked. So, I mean, if you see him again, just quit out immediately. Yeah, at least, like, on the societies, it doesn't matter because, like, he's not actually in TGC, so the scores don't... The scores that he posts don't count for anything. But yeah, pretty annoying if you're playing ranked. Pretty good. It broke a little bit more. Ooh. Speaking of breaking a little bit more. That was pretty scurry. Alright, but back to back again. We've gone on a couple of birdie runs here in this play, and it is paying dividends. 2 under. Lost by 2 holes without cheating. I managed on round 4 of Plat 2 weeks ago. We absolutely popped off and shot a 19 under and was able to beat him. So, it can be done. It can be done. Because just because he chips doesn't mean he's going to make it. But, yeah, the way he plays, definitely not the easiest thing to stay ahead. But yeah, some people just find enjoyment in winning at all costs. So, I mean, if they want to be lame, then they can be lame. Oh, I overcooked that. That's too much. That's too much. I'm like, I think that the 5-iron with shape there is the play in order to get it to stay, but that, on the other hand, not ideal. I think that this shot stock is going to be it. The camera made it look like it was way shorter. Some weird depth perception stuff. Oh, man. That's big. That's big, 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 big. Yeah, I know, Chitty. I don't know what he's using, though. That's kind of the weird part. I don't know what he's using because it's not... At least because PlayStation made it so that you can't use... Is it Cronus you can't use? Or what was the... They made something not work on PlayStation, so I don't know what he's doing to it. Hey, what's going on, Boost? How's it going? How's it going? All right, gap wedge pitch. Gonna land a little short, big hop. Full backspin, little bit of D-loft to cancel out this slope, I think. Maybe not full backspin. A little slow. That's not great. This is definitely one that, if played correctly, we could find ourselves with another birdie. And if we do that, 3 under with 3 to play would be a phenomenal place to be for this challenge. It'd be absolutely phenomenal. This thing is breaking all the way, breaks a little bit more at the top. That's massive. That is absolutely massive. Okay. I know it's straight headwind, but the punch shot, I think, runs too much. So I think we just take the 3-wood here. .102 to try and get us a little bit further back. Oh, man. So that headwind was strong enough that it kept us off of the green. Okay, that's new. Full backspin. I'm gonna go, like, mostly, because this is still gonna take a bounce and maybe a little run. Okay, still a little bit of work to do. With very firm and very fast, I have a lot of trust issues with how much it'll go. Big putt. Big putt. Got a Cronus from some dev testing? Want it for my own testing? Yeah. It's just for testing purposes. Look at this tailwind, by the way. Am I going to get myself in trouble with it? Maybe, but we're bombing. It's hanging a little bit out to the right. Does it kick left? Or are we too far right at this point? Oh, it's just going to go straight through. Okay, so no attempt at the eagle, but that doesn't mean that we can't send this down a good ways still. We just have to work out the numbers on it. So 70% would put us somewhere in here. It's gonna take a 4-iron and be off-season grab. Man, Colby was so good in the off-season, and then the regular season came around. I don't know what happened. I don't know, man. Sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't. 166. 178. Wind at the tail. All of a sudden, that's going to be too much. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. 151, 163, a little bit further. Gap wedge, little D-lob, little release. It's going to end up a couple yards to the right. I hit it too fast. This does bank right if I hit it at the right spot, so maybe can curl around. Come on. Ah. Just got it a little bit off the mark. It's not going to be a terrible putt, but it's also like, you do want to have given yourself a better chance at birdie on these last couple. Like, just make it so that you could blow up a hole and still be okay. You know? I really thought that it was going to turn back at the end, but that just, despite the grid lines looking like they moved back originally, that just kind of went straight. Okay, now, to get over here, you'd have to hit a 381-yard drive. We can't do that. Not that strong. So we're going to hit 4-iron. We're going to be nice and safe here. We're going to be nice and safe. You hit 4-iron, and then we're going to find a way to get to the hole. You know, obviously 3 over we can live with, but I'd like to do better than we finished out the Predator version of this and actually be a few strokes under par. So let's see what we can do here. Let's go like 26 yards extra carry is going to go 232? 230. Yeah, so you go with this, and then you get some good... Oh, man. I'm, like, scared of the overcut, you know? Because it's also... Didn't hit the tree. It may be a little bit short, but this feeds left to right, if anything. And we're going to be in a spot where we can try and make one more putt to end it. Alright, who would have thought? We don't do this challenge for a couple of weeks, and 2 attempts later, we first attempt, we set a personal best by like 6 strokes, and then we're going to go another... Well, we shot 4 or 5 over the last time, so we're going to go like 7 or 8 strokes better on this attempt. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? Alright, that will be a great lag. And that will be the challenge completed. And just like that, Dead Arrow Valley, we're checking it off of our list. You know, that being said, I know some people be like, oh, well, streamer, you know, most people that are doing the Impossible Challenge, they don't just sit and attempt it a few times. They do it more sporadically. Well, that's on the individual. I like to take a challenge, and I like to grind for it. And here we have a challenge completed in, well, 2 attempts today. I think somewhere in the ballpark of like 6 attempts overall, something like that. Not too crazy. But that is Dead Arrow Valley, Impossible Challenge by Aerodynamic. Checking it off the list. Maybe we'll attempt another course. But for now, the Impossible Challenge comes to an end.